President Volodymyr Zelensky is expected to travel to Washington on Friday to sign an agreement that would grant the United States access to Ukraine's mineral reserves. Here's what President Trump says Ukraine will get in return.
$350 billion and lots of equipment, military equipment, and the right to fight on.
And while key details of the plan have not been made public, we do know Ukrainian negotiators were able to narrow down the scope of the deal and pushed back on some of President Trump's demands. Ukraine's president says the agreement could be a big success, but that hinges on his talks with the U.S. president.
If we understand that the US will be one of the countries or one of the leading countries who give security guarantees, then this could be a success or the first step towards the sustainable fair peace growth of the Ukrainian economy. Or if it's just some sort of beginning without a vision for the end, we will make conclusions after my conversation with President Trump.
President Vladimir Putin has also said that he is open to selling minerals from both Russia and Russian-occupied Ukrainian territories to the U.S. Trump says that he would like to purchase minerals from Russia as well. And joining us now is Suriya Jayanti. She is a senior fellow at the Atlantic Council's Eurasia Center. Suriya, good to be with you today. So first, tell us, why are rare earth minerals so valuable and how plentiful are they in Ukraine?
Rare earth minerals at this point are critical for most of the functioning of modern society. A lot of our telecommunication systems, a lot of our technology, a lot of our energy systems depend on minerals that are, to varying degrees, rare around the world. In Ukraine's case, it has what is estimated to be about 5% of the world's proven critical raw minerals. That includes graphite, it includes titanium, uranium, zirconium, copper, and a bunch of other ones. It may be a huge portion of Europe's wealth of critical minerals in particular. And many of these are really important for priorities, national security priorities, defense industry tech, as said, telecommunications, and a lot of the space ambitions. But of course, Ukraine is at war and more immediately needs the funds to help continue fighting and to help fund the reconstruction when the time comes. So tapping into its natural resources is a natural way to raise the money.
Yeah, and how could Ukraine benefit from this deal?
Well, Ukraine hasn't properly developed most of its natural resources and most of its mineral reserves. In oil and gas, it's done a lot more, especially in natural gas. And this framework deal covers not just critical minerals, but also all other extractive natural resources. So it does include hydrocarbons, and it does include anything else that might come out of the ground and be mined like that. And although it's underdeveloped, there is a huge wealth of development potential there and a lot of money at stake. So it would be useful for Ukraine to have it developed. And it is also useful for Ukraine to have the money that comes from that put into what is essentially a trusteeship. And what is proposed under this framework deal, and it's worth pointing out that a great deal hasn't been agreed upon. It is really just a framework agreement. It's the beginning of future negotiations towards a final deal. But under the framework, the Ukrainian government will be required to put 50% of its future earnings from its mineral and natural resources into a reconstruction investment fund that will be jointly managed by the US and Ukraine. That fund will help make sure that that money is protected, hopefully grows, is well invested, but also is kept safe from a lot of potentially interested parties who shouldn't have access to it on both sides of the pond. And so I think there's quite a bit to be happy about here on both sides.
All right, we're going to leave it right there. Suriya, great to be with you. We appreciate it. Thanks for your insights.